Well, this is some birthday treat for me, walking around Ashton to do a video for you lot. It's busy one today, busy birthday, out and about. Just actually been in the Northumberland area, dropping off the YouTube member giveaway shirt. So well done to Colin there. And I thought I'd come out and about to the shops, take the mother route, where she's gone to bloody wherever she's gone to. I'll jump on here and give you a quick update because I won't have time to set up the office and everything and do a video from there later on today or throughout the day. So we'll talk about the old backlash that's happening on social media. I'll tell you what, we'll take a little seat on these steps here. Ah, beautiful, what a background. At least it's sunny though, sunshine here in Ashton, happy days. And obviously there's been a lot on social media this morning and today about their contract extensions. I'm not going to rant on my birthday. I'm going to spend my birthday. I'd rather spend it on a step in Ashton and talking to you lot. That's what I'd rather do. So please do subscribe if you haven't already. That would be helpful. And on the contract stuff, right? With Callum Wilson, we've talked about it loads of times on the podcast. We mentioned the other week he might get this incentive-based deal offered to him, a pay-as-you-play type deal. So it's official. It's not just a report anymore. It's not just local journalists or a rumour. It is official that, you know, they're going to look to extend Callum Wilson's deal on this new terms contract. That's the one that's really caused outrage. And another one, which we'll get into in a minute. But understand, because look at what was all this about the other week then. Callum Wilson kissing the badge, crying his eyes out. That's the second farewell we've had this season, and it might not even be the last game in the black and white shirt. Dubravka did it, remember that? Oh. And then when he ended up signing a new deal, that was right though, that was needed with the Carabao Cup, very much needed, in case we got an injury and had a disaster like we did 2 years ago in the final. That one was fine. And then Wilson comes off the other day, like I said, emotional farewell, St. James Park, this is it, he's doing a high performance podcast, contract's up, is there a new challenge? And then he's getting offered a new deal. And I tell you what, at least it's a new deal. We can't keep paying him, what is he on at the minute? 80 grand a week. Can't keep doing that. But on a new one as well, and unless we're bringing in another striker, we cannot go into another Champions League campaign with Isaac and Wilson as our strikers. We're just going to shoot ourselves in the foot. There's even more games now in the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? There's even more matches now. You've got bloody 2 games a week. So we can't be doing that, surely. We know we're obviously in talks with Delat. We'll try to get that one done. There's talks now that we're trying to get Munoz from Fulham. I think that'll be a pretty decent signing. We'll get into that later or maybe in a separate video. But I mean, Wilson, if he's happy to be third or fourth choice striker, we'll bring someone else in still, and he takes a reduction in wages, then it's not the worst thing in the world. I love Callum Wilson. He's been a class number 9, dragged us through the dirt, some dark days, some miserable times under Mike Ashley. We know all that, but recent times, that's how it is. You know, nothing lasts forever, and the same with players at the football club for the right or wrong reasons, for fitness or for having to sell them, whatever. You know, so with Wilson, as our number 9, it's just like the time's gone, man. It's the right time to move on for everybody. I really think it is. I can see why people are kicking off. I can see the outrage in that one because they feel like it's time for a fresh start, a new face. He hasn't scored in the league in over a year. So I know he hasn't played loads of games, but he did get a few run of games at the end of the season, didn't he? Especially off the bench for a while now. He looked like he was just well off it. I know he's getting his fitness up. I know he's had terrible luck with some strong injuries. And speaking of high performance podcasts, you know, he's a great individual, very honest in that interview. Really enjoyed the podcast. I'd recommend you watch it if you haven't seen it already with Jake Humphries. Fantastic. What a bloke. No one's doubting his character. We're just doubting his ability now as a footballer for a top 4 side, you know? But like I said, if he's happy to rotate and be third or fourth and we'll bring someone else in, meh. But not if we're going to go into the season with just them two. Deary me. Anyways, on the other contract situations, you've got John Ruddy in talks as well for another contract. I've seen this bloke wear dressing gowns more than goalkeeper gloves this season for Newcastle United. How is John Ruddy getting a new deal? John bloody Ruddy in the first place. You know what I mean? It's his 50th birthday next week. He's just wearing dressing gown and slippers the whole time, not keeper gloves and football boots. So what's all about? Honestly, man, what is this obsession? We're having 11 goalkeepers. We're having a full pitch full of goalkeepers. We need a right winger now. We'll just give everyone contract extensions and get some more goalkeepers. We'll link with Fraser Forster and Tim Crew. And we're going to have Ruddy. We've got Dubravka. We've got Vlachodimos. We've got Pope. We're trying to get Trafford. We'll give Ruddy another deal. Why not, eh? The goalkeeper union. Keeper Castle United. Dear me. What is going on there, man? I mean, because on this same news story is that it's Mark Gillespie that has been given a 1-year extension, which will happen for the rest of time. For the rest of time, he will be given 1-year extensions, Mark Gillespie, and he will never ever play. Living the dream. What a life he has. What a job he has. Honestly, probably what, 25, 30k a week at least. Just chilling out. Vibes around the place. I don't mind it. Homegrown player, fine. You know, you're not going to get angry at that one. But the whole Ruddy thing, both of them getting a new deal, that is bizarre. And I can understand why people are backlashing. I can understand why people are questioning that one. The pair of them getting new deals when we're still trying to sign another 2 goalkeepers. So we're going to have about 7 goalkeepers at the club. Now, yes, like I've said, you know, there could be a real shuffle in the goalkeeper department. You know, Pope could even leave if Trafford comes in, he wants game time, and Leeds are obviously sniffing around Nick Pope. Odysseas could definitely leave because he hasn't played at all, like all the goalkeepers. Dubravka left in January, could he leave again? Maybe. So yeah, there could be changes, but at the minute when it's just, I can see fans' frustrations because Man U are splashing the cash, Man City are splashing the cash, Liverpool are splashing the cash, Chelsea are splashing the cash. We want to be in amongst this group of teams. We are in league standings, but want to stay there and challenge on a consistent basis. But then we're trying to bloody just sign all the goalkeepers and extend everyone's contract, and we're not making any moves. And apart from it's a Spanish teenager and another teenager there, some 16-year-old meant to be signing. That's all well and good, man, but I can see fans' frustrations, and as I've said all along though, to remain calm, stay patient. Might not sound like it right now. But there's months left of the window, so I'm not bothered, but I just see that this kind of news trickles down and doesn't really help. Doesn't really help the occasion, does it? Anyways, on to another transfer. Not coming in, going out. Anthony Gordon could be on the move to Liverpool. It's deja vu from last summer. Yep, we are in 2025, but it's all the way back to 2024 last year when this was the case, and Liverpool did try and sign Gordon before that PSR deadline at the end of June. Well, we're not in that position this year, thankfully, where we're going to be forced to maybe accept an offer, but Newcastle are considering offers of big amounts for players like Anthony Gordon. They wouldn't mind selling him, according to various reports today, but they would be looking towards £100 million for him. I could see Liverpool maybe offering 80, 85, tops 100. I think, you know, like, he could be worth that. Jack Grealish was worth that years ago. I said it on Daily Sports, and now 100 million for Gordon, do it. Grealish, same type of player 4 years ago. That's how much Man City paid, 100 million. So why not? Go for it. Try and get 85 up front and then the rest in installments or, you know, clauses and such. But yeah, I could see that. Why not? Go for it. But I think realistically Newcastle would probably accept 80 or 90 million for Anthony Gordon, and he could return to his boyhood club. Obviously, this all depends on Liverpool's Luis Diaz, who looks like to be turning down a move to Saudi Arabia. He doesn't want to go there and play in that league. You're seeing a few players do that now, aren't you, this week? Bruno Fernandes at Man United and now Diaz at Liverpool. But he does want to go to Barcelona. That's where he's been heavily linked to go to, Barcelona, the Spanish Giants, for Diaz. He'd be very happy with that move. He's interested in that move. Diaz openly admitted, I like this. This was a nice change. Diaz openly said in his press conference yesterday on international duty that he was in talks with other clubs. Normally the line, they just say, oh no, I'm committed, no. He just came out and said, yeah, we're talking to other clubs. If one suits me and Liverpool want to sell us, then I'm fine, I'll go. So that was interesting, that was refreshing, to be honest. So Luis Diaz openly saying, you know, he might be sold this summer, Liverpool might take the money, he might be interested in a move. We'll see what happens. If Diaz does go, that opens up the space for Gordon on the left wing. So there's a big one. You know, Anthony Gordon, I would hate to see him move. I think he's a top talent, obviously great player. People still question his attitude. People still say certain things about him when he's in a Newcastle shirt. Is he that interested? Is he this? Is he that? I love the lad. I think he's absolutely top class. So I definitely want to keep him. However, if it was a silly bid of like 90, 100 million, then it'd be hard to say no to that, wouldn't it? And like I said, in this FFP PSR world, we have to get used to this and we have to be willing to trade. Everyone else does it but us. And that's why we'll be in a PSR headlock every summer if we don't do that. You know, we've done well lately with the Kellys and Almirons, but they're on huge fees. Look what other clubs have had to do. You know, Villa with John Duran and stuff like that. So, you know, we're going to have to do it as well. And people are saying, let me know what you think in the comments, they'd rather lose a Gordon than lose an Isaac, Tonali, Bruno. I have to agree. And I've got Harvey Barnes there. Like I said, I love Gordon, but you've got Harvey Barnes there. Very good left winger. Scores goals, gets assists, does the job. But you cannot replace Isaac at the minute. Best striker in the world. Everyone wants a striker, and you won't really get one. You can't replace Tonali at the minute. You know, he's one of the best at it. So yeah, reluctantly, maybe you would have to accept such a huge bid for Anthony Gordon. Oh, I tell you what, I feel bloody 83 years old today. Back skill and everything. There we have it. There's the little Ashton pit stop video for you lot on my birthday. So good to see you. Please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. For my little birthday news and transfer update there. Thanks for watching, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I don't think there'll be a video from me tomorrow because I'll be out. A few beers and that, celebrating tonight out for a nice curry with the missus. So looking forward to that one. So that'll do from me. maybe I'll see you on Sunday. If not, be back next week. Enjoy yourselves.